All right, so in this video, I'm going to create some wings for my bee. I'm going to attach them to our text so that they actually go with our letter B, or with our word, or insect in this particular case. Let's jump in and create a couple layers that we can use as wings. All right, so here I am in my sequence. I've got this flowing right along nicely. If you're following around before, all I did was I have this path before. Um, with that path, we copied the path or the mask on this one and to the position of our text. If I hit P, there you go, there it is. Now what I'm going to do is, honestly, I don't need this path anymore because it's already there. I could actually just delete that altogether, and we still have our animation for B there. So let's create some wings. How do we do that? Well, for me, I found this is the best way of doing this. I'm going to create a new composition. So I'm going to come up here to composition, new comp, and I'm going to make this thing probably say 1024 by 1024. And I'm going to call this wing. Okay, so that's going to be one wing, and it's a square composition, just like this. And for now, let's go ahead and create a shape in here. So let's grab our pen tool. We could create a regular shape, or we could come over here to our ellipse tool, whatever suits you. Create a nice little shape for our wing. And let's give it some color. And let's change the fill to, say, yellow. Why not? Why not? Because we can. Maybe a little bit of an orangish yellow. Looks good. And let's grab our pen tool and see if we can make some also changes to it. You know what, let's add another shape in here. We're going to grab let's grab another one here, another ellipse tool. Why not? Because we can. Like so. Looks good, but we're going to make that one. Maybe we'll make that one gray or a black. There we go. No, it almost looks like a little eye, but that's fine. So there's our ellipse. We've got our shape layer with our content, and that looks good. And in fact, I'm going to scale that up. Looks good. Ellipse 2, I might even bring this down so it looks less like an eyeball. Yeah, why not? That looks good. Okay, so there's our shape, and just to show you, we do have some transparency going on here. And so there's our little composition for our wing. Now I'm going to come back to our flying bug, and we'll bring that wing composition right in, and for now I'm going to put it right on top of B, and there it is. Let's go ahead and scale this down. Adjust our anchor point on this to the bottom of our wing where we want it to flat from. Something like that. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this into place. I'm going to grab my position or my selection tool, kind of move it into place over here above the B. Maybe something like this. Yeah, that looks good there. And now I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. So I've got two wings, but of course it's going to be on both sides of the B. So I'm going to drag one of them down below the text layer. So there we are. There's B, and I'm going to offset it. So I'm going to adjust the position on that one. Just slightly offset. There we are. Anchor point looks good. So now I've got two different layers here. Okay. I'm going to make them both 3D. There we are. And I'm going to adjust the Z orientation. That's what I wanted. Yep, it wasn't going. There we go. And then let's take a look at the orientation on this one. We're going to adjust it as well. I'm just adjusting the orientation of our wings so that they actually look like they're fitting along with the direction that our bee is going. And finally, what I'm going to do is parent both of these wings. I'm just going to say, hey, parent these. to our text layer. And the reason I'm doing that is now they go along with our bug B. Okay, now for the next part, I'm just going to go ahead and crop this down. So right now we're at 5 seconds. Let's bring this out to say 10 seconds. Why not? Because we can. I'm going to hit N on the keyboard to shorten my sequence. I'll right click up here in this little gray area in my timeline just below the text or below the numbers. And I'm going to say trim comp to work area. So now we're just working with the length of our sequence. All right. So there we are. Now we've got our wings for our bug or our bee. In the next video, we're going to start to get them to flap, and we're going to do some parenting and a little bit of scripting to make sure those wings are flapping in the right direction. I'll see you there.